Hello, this is Kate. I live in the middle of Mexico. Was from California, born and raised there. And when I was 70, I realized that I needed to retire. I was having some health issues, I was still working, and it was time. And I looked at my resources. I had lost some money in 2008 during the crash. So I was looking at my Social Security and it was like, holy cow, I can't afford to live in the United States. I had checked out places in the United States and I couldn't afford to live there with any kind of quality. So I thought, okay, let's check out some other places. And I looked into Spain and France and Mexico. And Mexico won out because it was closer. And that time it was probably equal in cost of living from those places. And but I wanted to be closer to my family, who all live in California. So I was checking into different places in Mexico and came across San Miguel de Allende, which was an art colony since the 1940s. And I am really into any kind of art, so I thought, I think that might be a good place for me. I came to check it out and definitely said, yeah, this is it. This is where I need to go. I was a single woman with limited income, Social Security. So I packed up a bunch of suitcases, sold everything I owned, except probably I think I had 12 suitcases. One of those is my cat, another one was a sewing machine. And I moved to San Miguel when I was 71 years old. So I have found fulfillment here. I am happier than I've ever been. I'm not rich, but the culture, the feeling that I have here, and the Mexican people are so nice. This is my home now. I'm doing these videos to encourage other women to take a chance and check out things and places other than the United States. It's too bad. I'm sure just like me, you want to stay there, but sometimes you can't afford to do it. So here I am, I'm in Mexico, and I want to point out some things that if you're looking around and trying to decide where to go, that you need to consider. One of them is cost of living, utilities, and rent, and if you want to buy. And what has happened, when I moved here, over 10 years ago, the cost of living was much different. But Condé Nast magazine and Travel and Leisure, I think those are the two, a couple of years after I moved here, named San Miguel the best place in the world to travel to. Yikes, it's a wonderful place, but what that did to our economy was insane. Rents in the last 10 years have doubled. Housing prices have doubled. This town has grown from about 160,000 people to a little under 200,000 people. We've become rather gentrified. We have the most fantastic grocery stores, and which is really nice, but I really had looked hoping for a more genuine Mexican type home, but I still love it here. And I want to encourage anybody, a woman who is looking for moving solo, to consider this place, even though the prices are higher, because it's so easy to meet other women who have done the same thing. I know a lot of women who have done just what I did, picked up and moved to Mexico, sold everything they owned in most cases, and settled here. And a strong friendship and a large friendship group is more and better than anything I had when I was in the United States. So I encourage you, even though the cost is higher. The other thing that you need to consider moving anywhere that I hadn't considered at all was the altitude. San Miguel is 6,200, I think that's what it is, feet above ocean level, sea level. And that's pretty intense if you have COPD or asthma or any kind of breathing issues. That's a real difficult situation, so I would think twice about that. I've had people come visit me and who ended up in the hospital because of the altitude. The other thing is weather. I think that is one of the reasons San Miguel has become very popular, is because our weather is very excellent right now. And I'm calling to you, or I'm talking to you in July, and we're in the rainy season. So it's beautiful when you wake up, generally, I mean. It's beautiful when you wake up in the morning. It's like, gets to be 70 up to 80, 85 degrees, and then the clouds come in, and it rains. And you wake up in the morning, and it's beautiful again, and it's beautiful day, and then the clouds come in, and it rains. I love this time of year because everything is fresh and watered and everything. So, but we do have a very, very hot season, which is, I think it usually starts in April. This year it was more starting in March. April, May, up in the 90 degrees, and a little higher than that sometimes, and not a lot of air conditioning. So that is something that you have to consider. Transportation is fabulous. I sold my car before I came here, which is an odd feeling when you had a car since you were 17. But the taxis are excellent. The Uber and is great, and so is the buses and airlines. I can fly back to California for maybe $150, and it's usually 2.5 hour flight, and which is great, and that was important to me. But that's something you need to take into consideration. The other thing I would take into consideration is how many expats are living in the area you're considering, because that's what makes it easy for you to get to know people. In this town, there's so many, I would say probably 20% of the population are expats from all over the world, but mostly Canadians and Americans. But to get to know those people, pretty easy. Some of the things that they play as far as how to get together with a group and get to know people, there's chess, there's something called a Mexican train, there's mahjong, there's canasta, there's backgammon, poker, bridge, and then there's pickleball and tennis and hiking. We have mountains not very far away. Bird watching, and art classes, of course. I mean, this is an art colony. There's classes all the time, wonderful classes on anything you want to learn, beginning to intermediate to advanced, and also Spanish classes. There are a lot of Spanish schools, and usually it's a smaller group that gets together weekly to practice their Spanish, and that's a great way to meet people. The other thing is, and one thing that helped me when I got here, was there are over 100 groups of people that are doing things for the community. I joined a group of women who are knitting and crocheting. They got together twice a week, knitting and crocheting hats and scarves for the poorer children out in what they call the campos, which is out in the country where they don't have as much money. And some of the schools do not have any heating in the winter. And we usually, all year long, we are knitting and crocheting sets of hats and scarves for those children, and we take it out to the poorest schools to hand them out. It's a joyful thing to do. And we have Feed the Hungry, and we have 100 Women Who Care, and we have Rotary and Lions Club, and all sorts of churches. Just about any church you can think of is here. So it's, excuse me. So it's very easy to meet people. I encourage you to do that. And you should think about those things when you're checking out other towns. Some people say, well, Kate, if the prices have gone up so much in San Miguel, how come you don't move? And I love it here. And that's why I encourage you to come take a look. It is special. There's always something going on. You do have to get used to the fireworks, the firecrackers, and the parades, because I didn't know there were as many saints as there are, and there's just about a parade for every one of them. But in those parades, something that I find very, very wonderful is there's generally the indigenous Indians that participate in the parades. The people here embrace their history and their cultures, and it's beautiful. So give San Miguel de Allende a chance. Go online, check it out. Check out other places. Spain, France, when it's not being burned down like it is right now. But there's some beautiful Portugal, beautiful places that are equally wonderful. And I encourage you. I'm so, so glad I moved here. And have a wonderful day. Adios, amigas.